Boomer coming to you live from the Village Ford Tough Studio. Boomer Esiason, Greg Giannotti. It's Boomer and Gio on the Fan. Simulcast across the country on CBS Sports Network. And wherever you are in the free Odyssey app, good Tuesday morning. A couple of great offensive performances yesterday by both the Yankees and the Mets. And you feel good coming in this morning if you are a fan of either one of those teams. We talked about why or how the Yankees would turn it around with some of the issues that they were having with just basically Soto and Judge carrying the offense. Well, you bring in a guy like Jazz Chisholm who is willing to do anything and everything, who has not been in a situation where he has been on a winning team for very long and not a lot of energy down there in Miami. He fits right in and provides it for the Yankees, and he'll do anything. He'll play third base. You want to throw me at third base? Never played third base. Gleyber Torres, on the other hand, he was asked about it. I don't think so. I'm a second baseman, so I'll play second base. Are you serious? I mean, you're essentially leading the league in errors at that position. You have been in the crosshairs many times this year because people are questioning your want to. And then when you're asked to do something for the team, you go, I don't think so. I'm a second baseman. Well, this is why the Yankees needed Jazz Chisholm, and they needed him right now, is because that guy, he's got the energy, and he's willing to do anything for the team. Good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Hey, good morning, G. Sorry I'm a little bit late this morning. I was just trying to figure out my jury duty responsibilities.
You got to do jury. You got that in the mail,
yes,
huh?
For the Southern District?
District?
In Brooklyn?
Oh, that's terrible.
What are we doing here?
Well, there's no way you're going to get on a jury.
Man, I want to be on a Trump trial. That's what I want to be. Put me on one of those bad babies.
Yeah, but you're not going to get selected on a jury. You're too famous.
I'm not going to get selected.
Well, you're too famous to be selected.
I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to say guilty.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean,
That's
I don't know
how it goes.
I don't know how anybody gets selected for a jury these days.
Because you're on the voter rolls. Because I'm a registered voter.
No,
so
I'm saying, but
I want to do my civic duty. You know that.
I know you do, but it's impossible for you because you're too well known.
That they may not know me over there.
Come on. Stop.
What do you mean stop?
I mean, somebody's going to...
I walked into the Nassau County jury pool, and they didn't know who I was. And I was getting interviewed by the two lawyers representing each side.
And what did they ask you?
They was like, Mr. Esiason? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, it's Mr. Esiason? Yes. All right. What do you do for a living? I said, I'm in media. I'm in TV and radio. Oh, really? What do you do? I work at WFAN. In the mornings, 6 to 10? Really?
Yeah. Dummies, come on.
They're not sports people. They have no idea. So the one guy, I think, wanted me, but the defendant's attorney did not want me.
Okay.
I think they asked me a couple questions, and I was pretty honest with them.
But if you're in media, don't you get automatically tossed?
No, I don't know. I have no idea. So the guy says to me, he says, so if my client is found guilty of a certain crime. I said, death penalty. Okay, you're out.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, we had a host who was he just retired. He was a longtime columnist. He was one of the big columnists for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, and he hosted middays for us at 93.7 The Fan there. He found himself on a grand jury.
That's what I'm saying.
I remember that now. So I guess if you're in media, they don't toss you out. I was like, how the hell did you, of all people, find yourself on a grand jury that you got to serve for like 6 months?
I know. It's amazing. So I got to deal with that now. So anyway, I'm not starting this morning by being negative about Gleyber Torres. I'm not. You know what? Last night, 29 runs between the two teams, home runs galore. Everybody showed up. Everybody got a hit in the Mets lineup. Aaron Judge and Soto are over 300, as we know. They're tearing it up. Maybe Jazz Chisholm is the guy that is going to be the energy that they desperately, desperately needed. And who knows? I don't think it's going to happen, but would you be surprised? And there have been some trades between teams that are actually going for it, by the way. Remember we were talking about this yesterday, and you were saying how you didn't think that this would ever be the case. Well, that's not – I mean, this has been a crazy trade deadline, which has been great for all the baseball writers and all the fans and how many teams are involved, who's going for – like Seattle's going for it. And you got to be happy about it. The Cubs are trying to figure out what they're doing. You got the Mets going for it, the Yankees going for it, the Astros going for it. I mean, this is great. This is what you want. Phillies are going for it, of course. I mean, this is great. Baltimore is going – I mean, it's crazy what's going on right now. So I personally think, could the Yankees be entertaining any sort of offer for Gleyber Torres? But you'd have to have, you still would create a hole in the lineup and obviously on the field, but you'd have to be able to get the right person to be able to fill that void.
Yeah, I was thinking about this all day yesterday after seeing that story. I mean, is it feasible? Is there an internal option? And the answer really is no, unfortunately, unless you end up finding somebody else via trade that you can trust there. So it would be playing with fire, and I don't necessarily want it to be a negative Gleyber Torres story either. It's more the fact that it's a positive Jazz Chisholm story.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what they needed. They needed someone who was going to do whatever was asked and someone who's going to provide the energy. And just basically saw last night him when he's hitting those home runs, how much he's beloved already by that team. But I would look to deal him, but it is playing with fire a little bit, and it's just a weird thing. A guy who's been there that long to deal at the deadline when you're trying to win. It would be strange, but I can't imagine.
It all depends on what you're trading for and what you're getting back.
Right, exactly.
And if you're creating a hole by doing that, you better be able to fill that hole or another hole that you're creating because of that trade.
It's a shame that DJ LeMahieu was cooked, because if he weren't cooked, then you could make that deal. You could put Chisholm at second base. You could put DJ at third, and you'd be okay with everything. But he's done. You feel like he's completely washed up, and you can't trust him to be out there every single day in that lineup. So yeah, but I mean, the next big one, as this is trade deadline day, of course, 6 p.m. today, the next big one now is Blake Snell. Do either the Yankees or the Mets give up what they're going to have to give up to get Blake Snell? Now, Blake Snell was trying to get a massive contract in the offseason, only ended up signing a 2-year deal that was lucrative.
Does he have an opt-out? Does he have an opt-out after this year?
I don't know.
Which would be
Yes, he does.
He does have an opt-out.
Okay, so he has an opt-out. So basically, if he comes in for either team, or any team for that matter, and he has a really strong August, the team goes into the playoffs, he leads them to the World Series, he will opt out and he will sign a bigger contract next year. So,
and if he comes here and then he ends up stinking up the joint and getting hurt, then he'll just he'll opt in.
Exactly. So that's what you're dealing with there. So I don't know. Look, David Stearns is not giving up any top prospects.
We know that.
We know that.
And nor should he, by the way.
No, we're not advocating for that. But what we are advocating for is doing what he's doing. He's trying through different means to fortify the bullpen and the starting pitching, but without really losing some of these assets that they got last year when they traded Scherzer and Verlander.
That's right.
So that's smart. So smart business. And plus, some of these players are finally playing up to their contracts. And when you think about Francisco Lindor and what he is doing, he has every right to be on the outside of the MVP conversation. He's touching it, if you will, the conversation.
He's touching the conversation.
Depending on how he finishes this season and how the Mets finish this season and what kind of August and September they have, I think, he is basically earning his dollars. He's earning his dollars in the field and at the plate. And to me, again, it goes all the way back to when Francisco Alvarez was out of the lineup and finally came back in, because he's different than Chisholm is for the Yankees, but to me, he's the engine for the Mets.
Yes, of course, and that was a major point. If you go back and see their record out of all the things, whether it was a silly stuff like Grimace or when June started or whatever,
players only meeting.
You point back to Alvarez coming back.
Yes,
you have said it's that really was the thing. So with the Mets, you don't necessarily want to go around and trade those prospects you got in last year. But for the Yankees, it's a different story. This has been an all-in year from the beginning. And if Blake Snell is going to get dealt and you feel like you need help in that starting rotation, which I think everybody feels that way when you are a contender, then you got to make that deal. The price might be high, but Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone and everybody's asses on the line here. You got to make that deal.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I feel like sometimes a broken record when it comes to the Yankees. The moment that they traded for Juan Soto, they're all in this year. They're all in. That's it. I keep telling McMonagle, I think you guys are going to the World Series. You're all in.
You guys?
Yeah, because he's part of their team.
I mean, essentially.
He's their spokesperson.
Is. Yeah, I mean,
I like him because, he is a positive Yankee fan. Most Yankee fans, I'd like to think they're positive, but, the loud, what's that? Did he text you again? Because you're interrupting my thought process.
No, that was actually me accidentally hitting the button.
Oh.
Putting a paper down there. So that was a conversation with Zoo.
Oh. Okay. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Neither I. But anyway.
Oh, Chris McMonagle, positive
McMonagle.
Yankee fan.
Yeah, he's a positive Yankee fan. He's like the spokesperson.
Right.
I think, and that's great. I love that. But some other Yankee fans can't stand Brian Cashman, can't stand Aaron Boone. Like they can sit in that dugout or they can sit in that office and make the decisions that are going to get the team to the World Series. The decision to get the team to the World Series started with Garrett Cole. It started with Juan Soto, Giancarlo Stanton, giving Judge the contract that he got. Those are all World Series type players.
And Stanton comes back last night, doesn't get a hit. He walked once, but he didn't strike out. So that, to me, is a positive.
But it lengthens the lineup.
Didn't strike out.
It lengthens the lineup. That's important.
Usually comes back as that platinum sombrero and is flailing at sliders down and away.
Yes.
That didn't happen last night.
That's good. That's
so maybe
a good
that's
thing.
a step in the right direction for him.
So look, both of these teams got until 6 o'clock today. Mm-hmm. Will they do something? Well, I think the Yankees will definitely. I feel it in my bones like they're going to go after Snell. They're going to try to get him.
You're feeling it in your bones.
I am. I don't know why.
Wow.
Yesterday, I felt the rain in my bones.
Yeah, I know. It was poured by me for like an hour and a half with the thunderstorm. Look at it was flooding outside. I needed a day like that, though. After a long, crazy weekend, I just hang out with the thunderstorm. I'd sit in the house, not a lot of pressure to go outside and do something. So that's what I feel like when it's nice out. I got to go outside. I got to do something. Got to play golf. Got to go on a boat. We only get 3 months of nice weather around here. I can't waste it inside. Gonna spend the entire winter inside. Got to get outside. Come on, family, let's go outside. God damn it!
Right. So I look. Last night was great. A lot of runs, a lot of hits. Everybody looks good. Everybody feels good this morning. Good pitching. Good solid pitching, by the way. And you saw Buddha. What did he go? 3 innings last night.
Yeah,
right?
I mean that was sort of a curious decision, was it not?
Well, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to maybe get him ready to become a starter if they don't add a starter.
Right, and
that's what I think they're trying to lengthen him out. It's like I tell you about length in the lineup. It's also length for the pitcher.
I mean that he would be the internal option that you have.
Internal options.
Internal option that you have because of what happened to Christian Scott and obviously Kodai Senga. So maybe you're right. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, Evan tweeted it out. You said wasting Budo for no reason. Maybe there is a reason.
No, they're
stretching him out.
They're stretching him out. That's exactly right. Stretching, lengthening. It's the whole thing, G. You know that.
I don't know who did this, and I know I complained about this yesterday. Someone spilled. So this is it's a weird setup here. There's this piece of like plexiglass that is over the desk. Okay.
Yeah, well, people on TV can see
You can see that.
So it's like right here. You see this little.
And there's also like little holes.
Well, there's screws to hold the plexiglass down.
So there's no screw here. So someone spilled some sort of liquid. That could have been coffee. It could be juice. It could be something. And it went in the hole here, and it got under the plexiglass, and there's liquid between the desk and the plexiglass. And now, because it's liquid and it's something, it's starting to smell. So now
that's not good.
It's not. It stinks now. So now we're gonna have to unscrew this whole thing.
Let me ask you a question.
And clean it.
These lights here that make us look good.
Yeah, I don't have. Mine's not on.
Why is it not on?
I don't know. It's broken, I guess.
What? Really?
I don't know. It's not on.
This will not allow. These lights here will not allow us to take that plastic off. Like somebody has to come in, has to disconnect the light, pull the light body off, and then they can take. Because I would say we could just do. See how, like I can unscrew this one.
Yeah,
here.
I know. Yeah. Well, we should be able to unscrew it and then just lift the whole thing up.
Yeah, but the light. See,
the light will just go off with it. It'll just
come off with it. I got 2 of these things off now.
All right.
I got my third one. Let's see if I can.
We gotta get this.
I got my third one.
You gotta keep them in the so we don't lose them.
All right.
Oh, this one's of course stuck.
Yeah, of course. See, that's got the juice under it. It's got the juice under it.
I mean, who just spills stuff and leaves it?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I like it though, because I like clean things. I like things to be cleaned.
Yeah, I mean,
I came back yesterday and I cleaned my office.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, Yusef does a good job, but there's a lot of papers and crap all over the place.
Yeah. No, I know. I need a full cleanse of my office. I just got junk in there everywhere.
Yeah,
you get sent stuff.
When you sit in there, I went in there yesterday, and you're sitting in there.
Yeah.
I could barely see you. I mean, you're like a little hoarder.
No. I feel bad. It's nothing that it's all given to me.
Yeah, I know,
but
bring it in. Like you have stuff that you can hang on the walls and make your office.
I'm not allowed
really
to hang it on the wall. I'm not allowed to.
on the walls.
I'm not allowed to. I was told I wasn't allowed to. I wasn't. It's a union violation.
Take that helmet off. By the way, I spent an hour and 15 minutes with Phil Simms on the phone yesterday.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Would you lose a bet?
No, but we were talking football. Guys just talking football.
A couple guys talking football.
Yeah, and I found out maybe this was announced. I don't know.
Get in here.
You think it was announced?
What was announced?
That Phil Simms is doing the preseason games for the Giants with Carl Banks and Bob Papa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
I said he better have a freaking good makeup artist.
Yeah.
See, the good thing that we had at CBS, we had like Allie and Jules and Mindy.
You don't know if they've got a good one over there?
I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, because if you don't get the right makeup on him, you could see right through him.
So you got dressed up today, I see.
Over here, this one right here, Zoo.
Just a little bit.
Try to get this one off. I can't get that one off. Come on, Zoo.
Steve Summer Spider?
Yeah, I don't know. Was he in here? Come on, Zoo.
Z, you putting weight back on? Zoo? I want to talk about it. It's a thing we could talk about. What are you doing?
We need a tool here or something.
We need a plumber's wrench. Just get a plumber's wrench. I have it in my office.
You have one in your office?
Yeah, I have a really nice tool set under my desk.
Can you smell that from over there?
I can. It stinks.
It's disgusting.
It is gross.
I can't focus.
You know what it
and
smells
do a
like?
show with the stench.
It's hard to say what it smells like because I know what it smells like, and I don't want to describe it as that.
Like funk? Like genital funk?
Yeah, little nasty genitals.
That's what it smells like to me. It smells like nasty genital.
See, I don't.
All right, yeah. We're almost there. Hold on, I got some liquid here. All right, we're gonna work on this.
You got more. We're gonna work on this. We're gonna make this
We
happen.
need this one needs to come off here, and then I think we're good. And then we got to move these arms.
Do you think this happens to like Michael Strahan or Nate Burleson or any of those guys?
No.
No, I don't think so either.
Absolutely
I don't know why
not.
it got to happen to us all the time.
Because they don't care. Nobody cares.
We care.
I mean, we care, but nobody else cares.
But who else? Like who's the person that should care that is not caring?
Well, who's the person who came with the idea of having plexiglass over a regular desk?
Well, that's a TV side thing. It's not a radio thing. That's a TV side.
Yeah.
So
then stuff
maybe
gets
Stephen
stuck under there.
Maybe Stephen Waldron would know.
I mean, but there's there's
Why don't you ask Stephen Waldron?
Stephen, did you guys put this plexiglass here?
Oh, really? So it's somebody else's fault.
I mean, there's chunks of M&Ms. There's a playing card under here.
I mean, and some of that could have been Carton's.
I think it is.
Yeah, Carton probably left some of that stuff here. This is 2017, dude.
I mean, there's a paper clip.
Is it petrified?
Yes.
By the way, just think about, I was thinking about this the other day, just a random thought.
Yeah.
About the petrified forest.
Okay.
Like, what is that?
Don't know.
Have you heard about
Eddie's
it?
not here.
You've heard about
I've
it.
heard about it. Yeah.
But what the hell is that?
I'm going to have to look it up. I don't know. Do you know what it is?
I know what it is, and I know where it is in California, but I'm just like, what? Why?
I don't know.
And I'm sure there's a million people out there riding right now going, he's an idiot. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I'm just like, what? I don't want. It's like one of the most amazing things.
Did Summers host here over the weekend, speaking of petrified things? Because he would be the guy that would have spilled this.
Has some schmutz.
Yeah.
He's a guy with schmutz. Yeah, I can see that.
All right. We're one knob away from getting this thing off.
And he did not.
Okay.
All right.
All right, it's Boomer and Gio on the Fan and CBS Sports Network.